Hi, I'm Enrique. I've just been married for a few weeks, but actually, my daughter's already 17. You want to know why, don't you? Then please like and subscribe. Could you tell me, when was the happiest moment in your life? When I was a kid, I wanted to grow up quickly so that I could do whatever I want. As an adult, I want to be successful in my career, earn a lot of money, and receive people's respect. But when I achieved those targets, I didn't feel happy anymore. My parents passed away, and I have no siblings. I always feel lonely while living in my large mansion. So when I met Samara, the most resilient woman I've ever known, and then fell in love with her, I did propose to her without any hesitation. The moment we held hands and walked into the aisle was so wonderful. I thought that was the happiest moment in my life, but I was wrong. Remember when I said I had children? In fact, Samara has 2 kids with her ex-boyfriend, 17-year-old Ainsley and 7-year-old Denver. To me, it's not a big deal when my wife has had children before. It's nice to have more children's laughter in the house. Moreover, I have more than enough capability of taking care of those kids. The problem is that these 2 themselves don't like me at all. The kids don't even talk to me.
I'm pretty sure Ainsley greeted you before leaving the house.
If you consider hi Enrique and bye Enrique a conversation, then okay, I'm getting it wrong.
We've just been married for less than a month. Honey, the kids need time to get to know you. And then they'll realize you're 100 times better than their biological dad.
Samara's ex-husband, also the biological father of the kids, is an asshole. He exploited Samara for many years and then abandoned her with a huge debt. What's his name anyway? Liam? I heard he's currently unemployed.
That's right. He's the type who can't handle any job decently. I'm glad he had hard period is over. And now I can do what I love.
Samara's lifelong dream is to open a garment shop. She's just made it recently, so she's extremely busy. I wanted her to focus on her business, so I took on all the responsibility of taking care of the 2 children. At first, I thought that looking after 2 kids couldn't be more difficult than running a business with thousands of employees. Ainsley's almost an adult, so she can handle most things on her own. Denver's relatively obedient. What I would need to do is just drive him to school and cook him 2 meals a day. But the trouble kept appearing right from the very first day. Denver blubbered as soon as he saw his meal. He refused to eat cauliflower, cucumber, or even anything green.
I won't eat them. They're not delicious at all.
Because you're such a picky eater, you get sick frequently. Not to mention, you don't exercise much. I'm afraid you won't grow up if this continues. While I was trying to explain to him, I got a call from Ainsley's school. I showed up at the teacher's office half an hour later, hoping no one would notice the smell of the milk Denver spilled on me. Ainsley was standing there with 2 other girls. Well, I'm not like old fogey or something, but looking at the way they're dressed, they seem as if they're Satan worshippers. God, this school allows students to pierce their noses and navels. I have to consider the school transfer of Ainsley when this is over.
Hi, Mr. Enrique. Nice to meet you.
Yeah, what's up with Ainsley?
Ainsley was caught while she was cheating on a math test, sir.
I think there could be a misunderstanding here, right?
No, she wrote the formulas in her palm. You can check it if you want.
Ainsley hung her head, not daring to look at me. That was enough for me to know the teacher was right. After some negotiation, Ainsley was punished by doing community service and was allowed to retake the test.
Why didn't you help me?
If it hadn't have been for my help, you would have been punished more severely.
Couldn't you do better than that? Like donating money to the school so I don't have to get punishment?
From whom did you learn that way of using money to solve problems? If you're afraid of being punished, just don't cheat in the first place. Your mother once said that you don't study well, but I never thought you would dare to violate the school rules.
Well, she knows nothing anyway.
Ainsley! I didn't want to raise my voice at Ainsley. And in fact, she didn't even give me a chance to do that. She turned away and left immediately. My frustration got worse when I got home and found Denver playing on the phone. Is that my phone?
Yes.
You must ask for permission before using other people's belongings. Also, you're not old enough to use smartphones yet. Denver's only 7 years old, yet already showing signs of nearsightedness. Samara and I plan to break his bad habits. I only allowed him to watch TV for 2 hours a day, banned smartphone usage, and encouraged him to read in a well-lighted place. Of course, the plan initially was challenging to succeed. Denver started to snivel when I took the phone away, and whenever I asked about the homework, he would even cry and roll around on the ground. I just wanted the best for the kids, but in their eyes, I was the strictest stepfather in the world. Less than a month later, Ainsley gave me the all-go-by, and Denver was afraid of me all the time.
It's because I've been too permissive with our children all along. Well, let's say we'll play good cop, bad cop. You'll play the role of an extremely strict stepfather, while I'll just take the task of comforting the children.
I'm afraid the kids will hate me, though.
No worry. There will be a time when they understand.
I hope so.
Well, did you clean the room while I'm at work? How strange. I remember putting money in this drawer yesterday, didn't I?
Do you remember correctly?
I'm pretty sure, with such large chunks of money. How could I remember wrong?
Samara rummaged around the whole room, but couldn't find any money. I suddenly remembered seeing Ainsley sneakily standing outside of our bedroom a few times. Samara might not misremember. Denver didn't know how to spend money yet, and I certainly didn't do that. So perhaps the only person who could steal the money can only be Ainsley. Honey, I forgot. This morning I needed cash urgently, so I took some money from you. I'll pay you later.
Oh, why didn't you tell me sooner?
I'm sorry. I've been a bit absent-minded lately.
It's okay. Then it's fine if it's not stolen.
Not that I wanted to cover for Ainsley, it's just that I don't want an argument in the house at this point. The next day, I tried to talk to Ainsley, to no avail. She kept avoiding me. When she was about to go to school, she left so hurriedly that she forgot to zip her backpack and accidentally dropped a jewelry box that looked expensive. What is that, Ainsley?
It was just a birthday gift for my friend.
I tried searching online and found that the jewelry box was worth several times Ainsley's monthly allowance. A few days later, I saw it in her backpack again. There were also some other expensive things. How can she get the money to buy so many things like this? Ainsley, we need to talk.
What's up? Just to be quick, I'm going to be late for school.
Did you borrow money from your mom but forget to tell her?
What? You mean I stole her money?
No, I didn't mean that, but if you need money, then...
I didn't steal anything.
Ainsley yelled at me with a red face and angrily left. I sighed, and I guess I wasn't clever enough to handle this. I waited until Samara came home and told her everything. We agreed that we shouldn't be tough on Ainsley, but unexpectedly, by midnight, she still didn't come home. Where can she go? I must report to the police.
I'll call Ainsley's close friends.
I'm so worried. What if she has an accident or gets involved with bad friends?
Haven't you slept yet? Where's Ashley, Mom?
Denver was woken up by us. Samara was so panicked that she was talking out of sequence.
I don't know what to do. Did she bring enough money to eat? She must be hungry in such cold weather like this.
Don't worry, Mom. Ashley has money. She can buy a lot of fried chicken and pizza.
I hope so. Now, I just want your sister to return home safely.
Samara sobbed while Denver seemed not worried about her sister at all.
I think maybe Ashley won't come home anymore.
Why do you say that?
Because she hates Enric. He's a bad guy.
No, you shouldn't say that. Enrique loves you two just as much as Mom.
No, he's a bad guy. Dad said that. Because of him, Mom and Dad could live together. I hate him so much. He doesn't let me eat fast food and even doesn't allow me to use the smartphone. Unlike Dad, he always gives me everything I want.
I was shocked at what I heard, and Samara's face already turned pale. I patted her shoulder to comfort her, and suddenly, something came into my mind. Denver, when was the last time you saw your dad?
Last week.
Did he give your sister money?
That's right. Dad even promised to buy me a new phone.
Samara and I looked at each other and finally understood everything. The person who took all her money wasn't Ainsley, but Liam. Couldn't contain my anger, and I drove to Liam's house immediately. As I expected, Ainsley was there. What's worse was that there were other thugs in his house. They were trying to entice her to go somewhere. Let her go right away!
Enrique, help me!
How fortunate I was that I've never skipped any exercise session. I was still strong enough to teach those bastards a lesson. Samara also reported to the police earlier, so they promptly came to protect Ainsley.
What happened, Ainsley? Where's Liam? I don't know. Dad received their money and left me here.
Bastard! I won't let this slide. After that day, I found out that Liam made a deal with the bad guys. They promised to marry Ainsley off to some rich old man. So Liam enticed her. He came to our house when there were no adults at home. It was he who stole money from Samara to win Ainsley's trust, and also spoiled Denver to the point of making him nearsighted. Since the shock of being tricked by her own bio dad, Ainsley became quieter day by day. Denver still did not know anything, but was more or less affected by the depressing atmosphere in the house. I'm too old to waste time on any more sorrow, so I decided to change everything, starting with myself. I'll retire and delegate the company to someone else.
Why?
I've made enough money, Samara. It's time for me to enjoy life and find the happiness that I want.
I don't understand. What more do you need?
I kissed my wife's forehead. I love Samara, so I love everything about her. I excitedly lifted Denver up. Have you ever seen a lion? Or tiger? Or a horse?
Not yet.
Then let's go to the zoo, right now.
Right now?
Yes, right now. After the trip to the zoo, I bought Denver dozens of toys and clothes. The boy looked very happy. When he got home, he was so engrossed in the teddy bears that he forgot to ask for the phone or the TV. Just like that, I taught Denver to play wholesome sports, and he became more and more interested in outdoor activities rather than staying indoors. Denver's health then gradually improved, and he was no longer afraid of me. He also kinda loves clinging to me all the time, sometimes asking me to read the big quiz book every night. Meanwhile, I didn't know what to do with Ainsley. She's too old for childish things. I helplessly witnessed the fact that the distance between her and the rest of the family grew farther and farther. One day, I was taking care of the garden when I saw her coming home with a strange boy. I swear, I don't forbid her from having a relationship, but I will punch anyone who dares to hurt her. Needless to say, how angry I was when I saw her crying. I rushed in front of that boy right away. You bastard, what have you done to Ainsley? You lied to her, right? Huh? I didn't do anything. Don't lie to me. You made her cry. I won't leave you alone.
Stop! You misunderstood. I cried because I failed my driving test for the 5th time. It has nothing to do with him.
Oh, really? I didn't know. I'm sorry. Hey, old man, you're Ainsley's stepfather, right? Can't you just stop poking your nose in her privacy? Rich people like you always give themselves the right to tell others what to do, right? Apart from money, what else do you have? If you had no money, you wouldn't be able to marry Ainsley's mother. Wow, how brave. I always appreciate people who dare to speak their minds. Unfortunately, Ainsley didn't think so.
Shut up!
I just say the truth.
We're done. Let's break up.
What? Why?
Because he's my dad. There's no way I'd accept someone who insulted my dad.
Did you hear that? Well, over there was the confusing face of a guy who just lost his girlfriend. On this side was the face of a father who felt very proud. That's my daughter. She was protecting me. Did you just call me Dad?
No.
I'm sure I didn't hear you wrong.
It was a slip of the tongue.
Well, I assume you probably don't need a driving instructor. And actually, I also intended to help you paint the car pink.
Dad.
So small. I can't hear anything.
I said, Dad, please help me pass my driving test.
That's right. Good girl. You should have called me Dad earlier.
No, you should have married Mom sooner.
Exactly. Well said. Daddy's daughter is the best. It feels like I've lived my whole life just waiting for this moment. Now that this is happiest moment of my life, the word Dad is spoken by someone who isn't of my own blood. Now my life is fulfilled, with no regrets to think of.